The NBA Finals are set, and some of the biggest names in basketball will be competing for the series MVP award. Jayson Tatum, the best player on the favored Celtics, is the early favorite to win the award. This will be a great payoff after a long time contributing to Boston for this 26-year-old player.
I want to be an NBA player. I want to be the best player in the world.
In this video, we're going to explore how the kid Jayson Tatum made his biggest childhood dream come true. Jayson Tatum was born on March 3, 1998 in St. Louis, Missouri, to 19-year-old undergraduate students Brandy and Justin. His mother is an attorney, while his father is a gym teacher and basketball coach. There are any number of difficult times to choose from. Sure, when bills were left unpaid for months, when utilities were turned off. For a few years, Jayson Tatum would sleep in the same bed as his mother, Brandy Cole. The kind of challenges and struggles you'd expect when you're the only child of a single mom who had you at age 19. One day, when Tatum was in 5th grade, Cole picked her son up from school, and when they got home, Tatum saw a pink piece of paper taped to the front door, a notice of foreclosure. And she started crying, remembers Tatum. I didn't know what to do. I just felt helpless. I wanted to help so bad, but I was just 11 years old. One of the top-rated prospects coming out of high school, Tatum committed to Duke University for college. He made his debut with the Duke Blue Devils in early December 2016 in a win over Maine. In February of the following year, Tatum scored a season-high 28 points in a win over Virginia. The Blue Devils went on to defeat the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to win the ACC Tournament Championship before falling in the second round of the NCAA tournament to South Carolina. As a freshman at Duke, Tatum averaged 16.8 points and 7.3 rebounds in 29 games. It would be his only year at Duke, as he chose to go directly into the 2017 NBA draft as a one and done. In the 2017 NBA draft, Tatum was selected by the Boston Celtics with the 3rd overall pick. Making his NBA debut in October, he recorded a double-double with 14 points and 10 rebounds in a loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Later in the month, Tatum posted a season-high 24 points in a victory over the New York Knicks, finishing the season with a 55-27 record. Notably, Tatum became the first Celtics rookie to score 20 points in 5 consecutive playoff games. In the 2018-19 season, he won the Skills Challenge during the NBA All-Star Weekend. The next season, Tatum scored a new career high of 39 points in a December win over the Charlotte Hornets. He subsequently topped that with 41 points in a January victory over the New Orleans Pelicans. At the end of that month, Tatum earned his first career NBA All-Star selection. The Celtics ended up reaching the Eastern Conference Finals, where they were defeated by the Miami Heat in 6 games. On the opening night of the 2020-21 NBA season, Tatum scored 30 points, including a game-winning three-pointer in a 122-121 victory over the Milwaukee Bucks. He made another game-winning shot in a 122-120 win against the Detroit Pistons in early 2020. At the end of February, Tatum earned his 2nd consecutive All-Star selection. A couple months later, he recorded a new career high of 53 points in a win over the Minnesota Timberwolves, making him the youngest Celtics player ever to score over 50 points in a game. Tatum shattered that number in early May by scoring 60 points in a game that saw the Celtics come back from a 32-point deficit against the San Antonio Spurs. In the 2021 NBA playoffs, the team lost in the first round to the Brooklyn Nets. Despite the loss, Tatum set a number of records, including a Celtics franchise record for most points scored in a 3-game span in the playoffs. Tatum had another impressive season in 2021-22 when the Celtics made it to the NBA Finals for the first time in Tatum's career. The team's path to the championship series included a thrilling Eastern Conference Finals win against the Miami Heat. In the decisive 7th game, Tatum scored 26 points and had 10 rebounds and 6 assists, which helped him win the inaugural Larry Bird Eastern Conference Finals Most Valuable Player Award. Tatum also did an impressive job shutting down Miami star Jimmy Butler. He does everything, Butler said after the game: shooting the ball, playing the pick and roll, he passes the ball incredibly well, gets out in transition. But Tatum fared poorly in a 6-game series loss to the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals, shooting just 36.7% from the field and making 23 turnovers. He also set a postseason record with 100 total turnovers. The following season, 2022-23, Tatum made his 1,000th career three-pointer, making him the youngest NBA player ever to reach that number. Moreover, he surpassed Larry Bird for the most 50-point regular season games in Celtics franchise history and set a new All-Star game scoring record with 55 points. Tatum finished the regular season with an average of 30.1 points per game, making him the only Celtics player ever to average at least 30 points per game in a single season. In the playoffs, he led the Celtics to victory over the Philadelphia 76ers in the Eastern Conference semifinals, scoring 51 points in a decisive 7th game rout, but the Celtics lost a rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals to the Heat. Tatum finished 4th in the MVP voting. As of the 2023 to 2024 season, Tatum has solidified his place as one of the NBA's elite players. In the regular season, he showcased a well-rounded game, contributing significantly in scoring, rebounding, and playmaking. Tatum's regular season stats were impressive, reflecting his growth and consistency as a leader for the Boston Celtics. During the playoffs, Tatum elevated his performance, demonstrating his ability to step up in crucial moments. Over the span of 16 games, he averaged 25.3 points per game, 10.4 rebounds per game, and 5.9 assists per game. These stats highlight Tatum's ability to contribute across the board, not just as a scorer, but also as a key facilitator and rebounder for his team. His playoff performance was pivotal in the Celtics' deep run, reflecting his maturation and resilience as a top-tier NBA player. Entering the NBA Finals, Jayson Tatum gets his opportunity to earn his respect and get redemption for the criticism he has received throughout his career. Over the past few seasons, the Boston Celtics have come very close to capturing their first NBA title since 2008. Whenever NBA teams are expected to achieve greatness, and whenever players fail to meet lofty expectations, fingers begin being pointed at certain individuals and are often blamed for the team's failures. Celtics All-Star forward Jayson Tatum has been a victim of criticism every time the team is eliminated from the postseason. The narrative that Tatum chokes in big games was created by one horrible series against the Warriors on the biggest stage. Unlike many other talented young players, Tatum has not been afforded the luxury of low expectation. If we look at some of the superstars who won a title, and at the age they won it, Tatum is not so far off. He has been a fantastic performer in the postseason other than the NBA Finals, which they lost to the Golden State Warriors. Even though he's gotten deep into the playoffs almost every year of his career, it's scary to know that Tatum is just now entering his prime years. Tatum struggled with efficiency in that series against the Warriors in 2022, shooting just 36.7% from the field, and in Golden State's closeout win in Game 6, he managed just 13 points on 6 of 18 shooting from the floor. But so far, during this dominant postseason run, Tatum is shooting the ball better than he did in 2022. He also doesn't have to put up supernova performances for the Celtics to come out on top, as Jaylen Brown is capable of sharing the offensive load, while guys like Derek White, Drew Holiday, and Al Horford can all chip in as well. Now, the Boston Celtics are back in the NBA Finals for the second time in 3 years and are certainly hoping things go better than they did last time. Several of the core players who were on that finals team still remain, and one in particular, Jayson Tatum, is viewing this opportunity as a second chance after losing in 2022. It's a lot that myself and we can learn from that experience being in the finals, and this time, this go-around is a lot different, Tatum said. Obviously, we've been there before. We came up short, and a great opportunity to make it to the finals again. You don't always get a second chance, so really just looking at it as a second chance and trying to simplify things as much as we can. If Tatum happens to rise above everyone's expectations, wins the NBA title, and takes home MVP honors in the process, there should be plenty of admissions about being wrong about him. The critics fail to realize that he has done everything other superstars around the league have already done. Although Tatum's ability has been questioned, he allows his actions to speak for him instead. The only thing missing from Tatum's resume is a championship, and if the Celtics win it all this time and get to taste that champagne and the sweet success of victory, the rest of the league could have trouble on their hands with this team for the next couple of years. Like and subscribe to see more marvels of NBA.